I used to be a complete slave to my thoughts, my emotions, my anxieties, and I was an insecure wreck. All the while, I was acting as if I was so confident and I was this great Christian. And this caused me to almost ruin my relationship with God and ultimately almost commit suicide because I was so empty and I was so desperate to find purpose and I was so desperate to experience peace. Every single decision that I made ran through how I felt in that specific moment. I was a jail member. I overthought everything, whether it was being a boyfriend, a football player, a son, having a business one day, having purpose one day. I could not function without overcompensating every single thing in my life. If I felt insecure, I thought maybe I wasn't enough. If I felt anxious, I thought something was wrong and I had to fix it. If I felt far from God, I thought God abandoned me and he didn't love me anymore. And this caused me to never, ever have peace. So what did I do? I tried to fix it. I tried to analyze every thought. I tried to rebuke every feeling. I tried to out-discipline it. I tried to over-conversation it. I tried to do everything you could imagine to fix it, but it wasn't working. I realized something that most Christians never realize. Not every single one of our thoughts is our thoughts. God says, my thoughts are not your thoughts. And I finally realized I didn't have to take ownership for all of these thoughts because Satan was planting them, trying to condemn me, trying to accuse me. And it's clear in Revelation 12:10 that he is the accuser of the brethren. So all these days, if you're not saved, you're not enough, you don't have purpose, people don't like you, you're insecure, all this stuff, I realized it didn't have authority in my life, and it actually gave me so much liberty and so much freedom when I accepted. My thoughts contradicted themselves every single day. One day I felt saved and I felt confident, then the very next day I felt unsaved and I felt so unworthy. And I finally realized something, Jeremiah 17:9, the heart is deceitful above all things. So I thought about it. I wouldn't trust a deceitful, evil person in real life. In the same sense with me, if God's saying I'm deceitful and my thoughts have shown me data that they are deceitful because they fluctuate and they're so up and down, why would I keep trusting them? Why would I keep following those thoughts and giving them authority when all they do is lie? I had to ask myself one question, either God is unstable or I'm unstable, and it's definitely not God. And the moment I thought about that, I realized I am anxious, I am insecure, I am not enough, I am someone that only serves himself, I am someone that only fails. And that weakness that I accepted finally allowed my heart to see the gospel, see his grace, see his love. I always wondered, why did Jesus even die for my sins? It was a question I always wrestled with, even though I parroted it with my mouth, I never understood it. But the moment I realized who I was apart from God, and that was nothing, is the moment that I actually overflowed in appreciation for what God had done for me on the cross. And when I saw all this, I finally realized one thing, that all these failures, all these problems sparked from me trusting myself, me leading my own life. So the moment I came to the end of myself and accepted who I was apart from God is the moment I was able to stop following myself. I was able to stop trusting my thoughts that were condemning me and leading me to all these places. And I was able to actually accept who God declared that I was through Christ. 2 Corinthians 5:7 says to walk by faith and not by sight. All I ever did was walk by my sight, my feelings, my emotions, my circumstances. I wanted to confirm it. I didn't want to have faith in something that I could not see. But the moment I threw away my thoughts and I said, you know what? My thoughts, my vision clearly hasn't worked out. So I better accept who God is saying I am through Christ. So I finally realized I am not my thoughts. When anxiety hits, when emotions hit, you can acknowledge it, but you don't have to align with it. Because guess what? You're dead to the power of sin and you are alive in God. All of those thoughts, all of your flesh has been crucified with Christ. And that right there can give you so much hope. Quit trying to control your emotions and negotiate with your thoughts. That is not where peace is found. Peace is found when you understand one thing, that whether or not you feel a certain way, God's word is the ultimate truth. So we realign ourselves with the truth. And what's the truth? God's word. It always stands. And the moment you do this is when your relationship with God will restabilize, your security will go up, your impact will go up, your joy, your purpose, everything about your life, and it will bleed into every avenue and change your life forever.